What's up, everybody? Braden's Madden Gaming here, and today we are here with another full game video, and this one is going to be our fifth Madden 25 32 team playoff competition game. This fifth one is going to be the Raiders versus Ravens. So let me explain where you are right now. As of right now, I'm at my dad's house. Because I'm hanging out with him today, watching some football with him, and they have Madden, so that's why this game is going to be filmed right here. There's nothing wrong with the place that I'm filming at. I just feel like playing Madden here too, so that's why I'm doing a video here. There's nothing wrong. That room is not like broken or investigated or whatever. It's just plain regular just Madden games because I'm at my dad's house and I love Madden. So yeah. Alright, and we do not have a coin, so I just choose what the home team's gonna be, and I choose the Raiders because the Raiders the Raiders have a better stadium than the Ravens. And we do not have a coin to do the coin toss, so I have a remote right here, so we're gonna try it from the remote. Alright, here we go. The buttons will be heads for the home team for the Raiders, and the side that doesn't have buttons will be tails for the Ravens. So you guys know this. Heads is for the home team, tails is for the away team. So for this matchup, the Raiders will be heads and the Ravens will be tails. Here we go. All right, and it landed on heads, so we are being the Raiders. Both the Ravens will wear their regular away jerseys. Raiders will wear their regular home jerseys. Let me turn it up for you guys. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I didn't turn it up. I'm sorry. All right, here we go. Ravens versus Raiders coming up. Whoever wins this game will go against one of the teams one of the other two teams that play against each other for the next AFC for round 1 game. All right, Raider Stadium. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do the time at the 4 o'clock time. We're gonna do that, and it says clear because it has a roof. So basically ready. Here we go. Ravens versus Raiders. Who's gonna win to go to the wild card? Enjoy, everybody.
NFL on EA Sports, and if it's in the game, it's hit. The perennial Pro Bowler Justin Tucker has it on the tee. Off we go from Vegas. Here comes Amir Abdullah on the return. And this is one of the He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, drafted back in 2019 out of Washington State. It's Gardner Minshew.
Don't let this guy's laid-back personality fool you, Mike. He is a tremendous presence to have in your quarterback room. Not only does he have the ability to manage the game at a high level, but your team has a legitimate chance to beat anyone in the league whenever he's under center. Now, I don't know if I'd classify him as a long-term solution, but he's certainly someone every franchise they would love to have. The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install.
And sorry that you guys can't really see the players. That's how I'm doing the filming today. So yeah. Anyways, back to the game.
Speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end. Sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down. The first run for Alexander Madison. And he'll take this down to about the 15. Second down and 8. Again, it's Madison. He is in. Alexander Madison. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. Justice Hill to return. And a solid one back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense taking the field for the first time, led by their quarterback, league MVP in 2019 and 2023, Lamar Jackson.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath on him. I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being recorded.
That was not what they were looking for. He's going to go out of bounds behind the line. A loss on that one. Third and short, Jackson. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. Fourth down, the Ravens call on Jordan Stout to punt. Back deep for the Raiders, it's Trey Tucker. This brought in out past the 20. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. Taking a shot downfield for Adams. And flags come out. That's batted down. It's incomplete. But it looked like early contact. Let's check the call. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side. Here for first and 10. On play action, here's Minshew. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. They'll run with Madison. He just get inside those big boxes up front, and he's in. Alexander Madison. Touchdown, Vegas. That's 2 touchdowns for him now in this first quarter alone. Carlson now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Raiders move out on top, 14-0. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. Here comes Hill on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the tie is now. They'll get that rally going. It starts with first and 10. So after the loss on first, here's second and 14. Aguilar goes off in motion. Second down, Jackson. Third and 1. 3 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 and From the gun, Jackson. And this drive is over before it can start slowing up to force fourth down. Here's Jordan Stout now. He's out the park for the second time in this opening quarter. On the return is Tucker. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50, set up the offense with a short field. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. We'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. This throw right side is caught by
But this quarterback's when they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept when I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drop, picks up what he can. There was no hesitation from the quarterback from the jump. He knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. It sets up fourth down. The shotgun, a throw from Minshew. And he's going to have the Raiders first down. They find a way to convert on 4th and 10. Minshew. Got his man at the 6. He gets moved out of bounds, but inside the 5-yard line. They'll try to run this one in. And he will score again. Alexander Madison. Touchdown, Raiders. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. So his big first half continues. 3 rushing touchdowns already. Maybe have to start looking at the record book. See if he can do it. The record in a game is 6. Carlson able to knock through the extra point, and the Raiders will take themselves to a 21-0 lead. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. Here comes Hill on the return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They are facing an uphill climb early. He did this drive with 1st and 10. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. They get the guard, Ben Cleveland. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. Going up top and looking for Flowers.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, but they got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even when that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running wild, there is a lot of space open underneath.
3rd and long. Jackson. He'll go down. They drop him for the sack on the final play of this first quarter. We are through 1. It's the Raiders with the early lead. And we're back in Vegas after this. On comes the punter now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50, set up the offense with a short field. The Raiders offense, and their running back set to go once more. And as As a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in his first half. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Man in motion here is Tucker. Throw on 1st and 10, it's Minshew. There's to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his
also, I want
completion
to tell you guys something.
is well
This
above
stuff,
league average. And frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves
your
out
screen,
front.
under your screen. Those are not my stuff. Those are just my sister's stuff. So I
Fake
just want
the
to tell you
give,
guys
and
that.
now it's
Anyways,
Minshew.
back to the game.
He'll take a shot here, back to the end zone. That is caught. Jacoby Myers. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately.
And of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So replay is going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders move out to a commanding 28-0 first half lead. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off following the touchdown on the other end. Here comes Hill on the return. Good return, but he pays the price at the end. Picked up and thrown down. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll go right back to Henry. And he is not going to get away. Right on the yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Now Jackson. And that is incomplete. Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end Mark Andrews that time. And that'll set up 4th down. Returnable from the 17. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. The drive starts with a run by Madison. He's able to get away from one man, but those reinforcements, they got there quick. Take him down behind the line. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. He's going to look deep for Adams. That one broken up, and it's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up 3rd down. From the gun, here's Minshew. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a 1st down. Minshew gonna look to throw. To the left side, it is caught by Myers. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. Here's Minshew now on 1st and 10. And he just does get one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. Minshew to the air on second down. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. To the air once more is Minshew.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
And he's going to have the Raiders' 1st down. It's a gain of 12 facing 4th down. A 1st down there on a gain of 12. 2 minutes remaining here in this 1st half. We'll return to Las Vegas after this. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Back is Minshew. He's got the tight end there.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. We'll try and throw with Minshew. Throw to the sideline. Well done. Good job with the feet. Stays in bounds. It looks like, and yes, they do, have the 1st down. Here's a run. And he's done. Alexander Madison. Touchdown, Vegas. This is quickly turning into a virtuoso performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. Here comes Hill on the return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense starting to try out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. In motion comes Andrews. On 1st and 10, Jackson. In trouble. Down they go. What to do now as they come up on 2nd and 1. Jackson looking to throw. And he's going to go down here again. He is running fire all game long. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this 1st half. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Here's Henry. With this play like this drive going, the loss there on 3rd down. A very quick 3-and-out. Here's the punter now, as he'll take this a yard or 2 into his own end zone. He's to the 45. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Raiders offense can see what they can do in the final minute of this 1st half. They'll begin with great field position. A short field, in fact, as they start with the 1st down. They'll try again here. to throw, Minshew.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit. Like, there was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain. That's a great job defensively. Even though they let him escape the rush initially, there was nowhere to go with either the ball or as a runner, and they're able to force fourth down.
He gets this complete, finding Adams. He has really thrown the ball well here in this first half. Look at the numbers. Over 200 yards passing now for the game. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Now Minshew. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they get the timeout. On now, Daniel Carlson to try the field goal. This, a 44-yard attempt. And that one, not going to have enough leg behind it. Not by a long shot. It is no good. So we reach half. And both teams ready to play on, so we'll do the same as we get set for quarter number 3. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Ravens offense ready to get back to work. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back than in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come in fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. They lose a couple of yards on that one. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. They'll try to throw here with Jackson. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. A tough spot. Third and long. Here's Jackson. This offensive line just has no answers. It's another sack. The Raiders sending the punching out there as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. This one fielded out beyond the 25. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. So the
Hold on, give me a second, guys. Okay, sorry, I just need to pause for a second.
line
Anyways,
for
back to
first
the game.
down
Sorry about
and
that.
10. Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. Taking a shot downfield for Adams. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there. Defensively all over him. And it'll be second down. Here's Minshew. That one knocked away. And incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And third down coming up. On the draw, here's Madison. And he'll be taken down right at the 35-yard line. On fourth down, A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Back deep, Deontay Hardy. And we will not see a return on this one, as it will be marked down. The visitors' offense ready to take over possession of the football. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. He'll burrow his way forward for a fumble. Divine Diablo there to make the play. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Back to throw, Jackson. He'll get it into the hands of Zay Flowers. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. 3rd down, 3 to go. In motion comes Andrews. 3rd and short, Jackson. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Ravens bring their punt team out. This one, returnable. And it'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Raiders offense ready to get back at it. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the 3rd quarter. They might be looking to grind out some 1st downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to.
And we try to swing it outside, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Arthur Millette. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the goal line. Nearly a pick 6, but he does set up the offense with 1st and goal. To give, anyway, it's Henry. And he's going the wrong way, dropped back at the 7. From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Henry. And the defense stiffening here. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's all. 3rd and goal coming up. From the gun, Jackson. That's hauled in at the 2. Trying to reach for the goal line, but he's going to come up just short. Wow, that's going to set up 4th down. It's the tight end Likely in motion. They'll run for it with Henry. And he will dive into the end zone. Derrick Henry. Touchdown, Ravens. Greg, I wasn't so certain about leaving the offense out there, but they did, and it paid off with a touchdown.
And I love it, Mike. I think we're starting to see this more and more often in today's NFL. Take advantage of field position. Put the trust in your offense. It's exactly what their head coach does here, and certainly pays off.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. Abdullah now to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. They'll run up the middle. It's Madison. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. 3rd down and 9. They'll stick with Madison. And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one. The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down.
Okay, yep.
It's always a gamble anytime you go for 4th down on your side of the field. But they clearly thought they had a play that they liked, but the defense came up huge. And now their offense is going to have a chance to capitalize and take advantage of this short field.
This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. No motion over Flowers. 2nd down. Jackson. And he's going to be taken down a sack on what likely will wrap up play in this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now, Jackson. And this drive is a disaster. He goes down for a 3rd consecutive time. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. This is caught. He's got a long way to go.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. 1st and 10. Madison. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7. They'll run right side with Madison. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. To the air on 3rd down, it's Minshew. And that is incomplete.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The visitors' offense headed back to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. He'll get this out to the left flat. And this one's going to be a loss of yardage. He's marked out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Aguilar goes off in motion. Jackson now on second down. And he's going to come down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Third and long for Jackson. Now a screen set up for Henry. And a gain some yardage here, but that is not really enough for the first down. It's going to bring up fourth down. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I are back on EA Sports after this. Going to leave the offense out there for fourth and long. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. They took their shot downfield. Now, let's check on the flag. The offense not coming off the field, and here's fourth down. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. And he's got it to Flowers for the connection. And he's going to have the Ravens first down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving, and then some. To throw is Jackson. This offensive line just has no answer to it. That's another sack. No motion over Fox. Throwing Jackson.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Jackson from the gun. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Now Jackson on fourth down. And that is not going to work. Incomplete. They turn it over on down. Here's first and 10. Straight ahead, here's Madison. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face second down and 7. On second down, here comes Madison. A pickup of 14 on that one. First down, Vegas. On the handoff, it's Madison. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's second and 6. They bring the tight end in motion. They'll run here with Madison. And he'll take it down inside the 20. A run into the red zone. A pickup of 6. Third and a yard. On the give, this is Madison. And they've got it on the ground. The mark will come at the 13. But it's a new set of downs. First down picked up. Again, it's Madison. And a nice gain there on first down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. That's seemingly pretty silly with 1 second left in the game. Here's second and 2. They'll go here with Madison. And we'll be right down there. And that'll
And the clock hit 0 in the fourth quarter, and this game is over. The Raiders are moving on to the wild card round, and they win it 35-7 with 5 touchdowns. And no points in the first half, just all 35 points in the first half. It has been a good game. Probably the most best game for the Raiders on this YouTube channel yet. Since that first game since their debut against the Titans. This is probably the best game for the Raiders since their debut, since their last game, which was their debut game on my YouTube channel against the Titans. And they move on, and the Ravens are eliminated. And the Ravens are officially eliminated from the playoffs because they played this first round and lost. So they are another team, and they're another team in this challenge that are now officially eliminated. Raiders win it 35-7. They go the wild card round. Next AFC game, whoever wins that next AFC game will go against the Raiders. 35-7, Raiders win it. Ravens eliminated.